They won't tell you this, but there comes a moment in everyone's life when standing still starts to feel like sinking. You feel it. It's that subtle ache in your gut that whispers you were made for more. It's not loud, but it's persistent. And if you ignore it long enough, it grows into restlessness, frustration, even regret. That's the universe nudging you. That's your potential knocking. That's your next level waiting. And this is where your level up begins. But here's the truth. Most people don't want to confront the next level of your life will demand a new version of you, a sharper you, a wiser you, a braver you. And that transition, it isn't glamorous. It's not about instant results or overnight success. It's a war behind closed doors. It's a lonely climb where you question everything you thought you knew. And in that moment, you'll need something more than motivation. You'll need a companion, a mindset, a voice, a relentless force beside you whispering, "Don't stop. You're getting closer." That's what this speech is. That's what I am. Your level up companion. You can't reach your next stage of life using the same mindset, habits, or energy that kept you comfortable before. That's the quiet truth buried beneath every transformation story. It's not just about working harder or setting bigger goals. It's about becoming someone new entirely. Someone who thinks differently, chooses differently, and shows up differently. That's what leveling up really means. It's not a surface shift, it's a deep internal rewiring. And that kind of change doesn't come easy. It asks you to confront parts of yourself that you've been avoiding. It demands that you abandon habits that once gave you comfort but now limit your growth. The very identity that brought you this far can't take you any further. That's where the uncomfortable reality of the level up begins. There's a reason people resist change even when they know they need it. It's not because they lack desire, it's because they fear losing the version of themselves they've grown attached to. Familiarity is powerful. Even if it holds you back, it's still what you know. That's why most people repeat the same patterns. They crave different results but refuse to release the behaviors that keep them stagnant. But the truth is, you can't bring old energy into a new chapter and expect something magical to happen. Elevation requires elimination. To rise, you have to be willing to let go. Letting go isn't easy. It means shedding comfort, questioning long-held beliefs, and sometimes even walking away from people who no longer align with your future. But the cost of clinging to who you were is far greater than the discomfort of stepping into who you're meant to become. Growth doesn't always look like addition, sometimes it looks like subtraction. And that shedding process feels like loss before it feels like liberation. You'll miss the old habits. You'll question your decision. But if you trust the process, you'll realize the discomfort was just growing pains. The version of you that emerges on the other side is stronger, sharper, and aligned with the life you truly want. That transformation doesn't happen in one dramatic moment. It unfolds in quiet, daily decisions, in the way you choose discipline over distraction, in the way you rewrite the narrative in your head when doubt starts whispering, in the way you show up for yourself on the days no one is watching. The shift is subtle before it's visible, but eventually the internal changes become external results. People will start to notice, they'll see the difference in your energy, your focus, your presence, but by then it won't even matter what they see because you'll feel it. You'll know you've outgrown the version of yourself that once felt like home. This journey is not about rejecting your past self with shame. It's about honoring that version of you while recognizing it was only meant to carry you so far. That version helped you survive. Now you're learning to thrive, and thriving requires courage. Courage to evolve. Courage to walk away. Courage to choose vision over fear, purpose over approval, and growth over stagnation. When you understand that the next level of your life demands a new level of you, everything changes. You stop settling. You stop pretending. You stop apologizing for wanting more. You realize that becoming the next version of yourself isn't just possible, it's necessary. So the next time you feel the pull to level up, listen. Don't shrink back into who you were. Step boldly into who you're becoming. Let that fire inside guide you. Let that hunger for growth lead you. The old you got you here, but the new you, they're about to take you somewhere you've never been, and it all starts with the willingness to change. The idea that consistency matters more than perfection is one of the most powerful truths you can ever internalize, yet it's also one of the most misunderstood. People often wait to feel ready before they begin. They wait to be fully confident, completely skilled, or perfectly prepared. And in waiting for the perfect moment, they miss countless opportunities for progress. The level up journey isn't about waiting, it's about doing. It's about moving forward even when you're uncertain, even when things aren't ideal, and especially when you feel like you're not good enough yet. Because the secret is this: you don't become excellent by being perfect from day one. You become excellent by showing up every single day and doing the work regardless of how messy it looks. Perfection is a myth. It's an illusion that keeps people paralyzed. It convinces you that unless everything is flawless, your efforts don't count. But that couldn't be further from the truth. In reality, progress is what builds results. It's the act of being consistent that builds momentum, and momentum is what creates transformation. One good decision repeated consistently will do more for your growth than 100 perfect intentions never acted on. That's why the people who win aren't always the most talented, they're the most disciplined. They're the ones who kept going when it wasn't exciting, when it wasn't easy, when no one was clapping for them. They mastered the art of showing up even when motivation was nowhere to be found. Consistency isn't always glamorous. In fact, it's often boring. It looks like waking up early when you'd rather sleep in, like choosing to stick to your habits even when you're not seeing immediate results. It's doing the work again and again when no one notices. That's where real growth lives, in the quiet repetition of effort, in the decision to be loyal to your goals, not your mood. Consistency is the glue between your vision and your reality. Without it, even the greatest ambition will collapse. With it, even the smallest effort compounds into something extraordinary. People underestimate the power of small daily actions. They think it has to be all or nothing, but real transformation happens in the ordinary moments. It's not about making one huge leap, it's about taking thousands of tiny steps in the right direction. You don't need to overhaul your entire life in a day, you just need to be a little better than you were yesterday, and then do it again tomorrow. It's the accumulation of those efforts that rewires your habits, your mindset, and eventually your entire identity. The beauty of consistency is that it builds trust with yourself. Every time you keep a promise to yourself, even a small one, you prove to your subconscious that you're someone who follows through. That trust becomes your power. It builds self-respect, it creates internal stability, it gives you the confidence to go further because now you have evidence, you've seen yourself do it before, and that's something perfection will never give you. Perfection is fragile, one misstep and it crumbles, but consistency, it's unbreakable. It forgives the occasional mistake and keeps moving forward. It knows the journey isn't about being flawless, it's about being faithful. So if you ever find yourself stuck, unsure, or overwhelmed, don't wait for the perfect moment. Start now where you are with what you have. Keep showing up, keep doing the work, keep honoring your vision with your actions. Because in the end, it won't be your perfect days that define you, it will be your consistent ones. The days you didn't feel like it, but did it anyway. That's what builds your future, that's how you level up. Your environment shapes your elevation more than you realize. It influences your thoughts, your habits, your self-belief, and ultimately your trajectory. No matter how focused or driven you are, if you're constantly surrounded by people who doubt, distract, or drain you, you'll find yourself stuck in a cycle of limitation. Growth needs space, it needs nourishment, and that starts with the company you keep. You can't plant seeds of greatness in soil that's toxic with negativity, complacency, or fear. You have to be mindful of who you allow to speak into your life, because words are powerful. Energy is contagious, and sometimes the most dangerous thing in your life isn't your own self-doubt, it's the people around you feeding it. When you're on a mission to level up, not everyone can come with you. That's a tough truth to face. But growth requires you to evaluate your environment with honesty. Ask yourself who in your life challenges you to rise, who holds you accountable, who believes in your vision even when it's still invisible. These are the people who are assets to your elevation. They fuel your progress. They reflect the strength and clarity you need to keep moving forward. On the flip side, you must also recognize who's keeping you anchored, who questions your ambition with hidden envy, who masks their limitations as realism, and tries to sell them to you as truth, who laughs at your dreams or downplays your hunger for more. These are the voices you have to silence, not with hate but with distance. But here's something even more important to understand. Even when you have no one, you can still elevate, because the first companion you need on your journey is yourself. You have to become the kind of person who motivates yourself, inspires yourself, and respects yourself deeply enough to move with or without applause. If no one is clapping for you, clap for yourself. If no one is encouraging you, speak life into your own heart. Your self-talk matters. Your mindset matters. And you have to build an environment within your own mind that is fertile for growth. You have to be your own sanctuary. The right environment doesn't mean everything is easy or perfect. It means you're in alignment with what strengthens you. Sometimes that means cutting ties with people you've known for years. Sometimes it means saying no to invitations that distract from your purpose. Sometimes it means spending time alone so you can reconnect with your own voice. Solitude isn't loneliness when it's used to realign with your vision. In fact, many of your breakthroughs will come in moments when you step away from the noise and listen to the wisdom within. You don't need a crowd to become great. You need clarity, you need commitment, you need conviction. The people who truly belong in your life will not feel threatened by your growth. They will celebrate it. They will challenge you to dream bigger, move smarter, and rise higher. And if you don't have those people right now, trust that they'll appear as you keep leveling up. Your energy will begin to attract those who are operating on that same frequency. But until then, don't slow down for anyone. Don't dim your light to keep others comfortable. Don't shrink to fit environments that are too small for your vision. The more you honor your growth, the more your world will shift to reflect it. Your environment is either watering your evolution or starving it. Choose it wisely. Build it intentionally. Protect it fiercely. Because the right atmosphere doesn't just support your level up, it accelerates it. And you are not here to stay stuck. You are here to rise. Surround yourself with what strengthens you and watch how high you go. Every setback holds a lesson that fuels your rise, but you have to choose to see it that way. Most people treat failure like a dead end, when in reality, it's a hidden detour redirecting you toward growth. Every disappointment, every rejection, every painful moment you thought would break you has actually built you. It carved resilience into your soul. It sharpened your focus. It taught you things success never could. Setbacks are part of the blueprint, not a sign that you're unworthy or unlucky. They are necessary to the process. Without resistance, there is no strength. Without challenge, there is no change. And without falling, there is no rise. What separates those who grow from those who give up isn't what happens to them, it's how they respond. One person sees failure and chooses to stay down. Another sees failure and uses it as fuel. It's never about the event itself, it's about the interpretation. If you see a closed door as rejection, you stop. But if you see it as redirection, you pivot. You adapt. You evolve. Life isn't trying to punish you, it's preparing you. The path to your next level will not be smooth. It will test your patience. It will stretch your limits. But if you keep going, if you keep extracting lessons from the pain, you'll become someone who can't be shaken by setbacks. You'll become someone who grows from them. There's no progress without pressure, and many of the breakthroughs you're looking for are hidden inside the very experiences you've been trying to avoid. You don't become powerful by skipping the hard chapters. You become powerful by surviving them, by showing up when you feel empty, by trying again when you're tired, by refusing to let temporary defeat define your identity. That's how confidence is born, not from ease, but from endurance. When you look back at all the times you didn't quit, even when it hurt, you realize you've already built strength you once prayed for. The pain of the past has purpose, but only if you're willing to reflect instead of react. That reflection will show you patterns, will teach you what to release, what to refine, and what to reclaim. Sometimes the setback isn't about failure, it's about alignment. Maybe you were chasing something that wasn't meant for you. Maybe you needed the delay so you could grow into someone who could handle the blessing that's coming. Trust that timing has its own intelligence. Just because it didn't happen when you wanted it to doesn't mean it won't happen better than you imagined. It's easy to get discouraged when you feel like you've done the work and the results still aren't showing up, but don't let that fool you. Progress isn't always visible at first. Growth happens underground, in silence, in seasons where it feels like nothing's moving. But that doesn't mean it's not working. Keep planting, keep watering, keep believing. Because one day you'll wake up and realize the storm didn't destroy you, it shaped you. It forced you to become more focused, more grounded, more resilient. That's what real transformation looks like. So don't run from the setbacks. Don't bury them in shame. Use them, study them, let them sharpen your instincts and fuel your fire. Every great story has a chapter that almost broke the main character, but they didn't stop there. Neither should you. You've been through too much to give up now. The same pain that tried to crush you will become the strength that carries you. The same failure that made you doubt yourself will become the proof that you were always capable. The setback isn't the end, it's the beginning of your rise. Let it shape you, not stop you. Let it build you, not break you. Because on the other side of that storm is the version of you you've been fighting to become, and they are worth every single step it takes to get there.